Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And yes, I still have the Housewives Tarot on the tarot table today, as I did yesterday. And that's because as I was doing the readings on Meghan's lifestyle brand as ever, yesterday, it was very on my mind yesterday. Lo and behold, some juicy gossip was being revealed by Rob Shuter in his Substack account. And this is that according to sources, Meghan's lifestyle empire is sinking. It's running out of money and it's going through lawsuits from unpaid vendors. He goes on to tell that the business is facing a lot of debt and, quote, it's a disaster. This is according to those sources. There is no leadership, no direction, and no money. Tells that vendors haven't been paid in months, that Meghan blew millions on PR without securing supply chains, and production has ground to a halt, and investors have gone cold. Worst of all, perhaps, for Meghan Markle, is that her name, according to this source, once her biggest asset, has become a liability. So we're going to do a money reading today as our theme of the day. Basically, we're going to first look at, as ever, and this article and see what the cards have to say about that. And in the next reading, I'm going to look at Harry and Meghan. Are they hurtling towards financial ruin? But the as ever angle first, we're going to look at how bad things are and how worried Meghan is or not. Sources of money backing. Harry's money, has that disappeared? Netflix money, has that disappeared? We're going to look at these alleged unpaid vendors and ask about them and lawsuits. And then we're going to ask about Meghan's name, that allegedly is now her biggest liability. She's been looking for a billionaire to come along and bail her out and buy the brand off her. What's going on there? And is there going to be a bailout, or is there going to be bankruptcy? Well, something bad, something wicked. That's going to be heading the way of as ever. And of course, I think I've got the energy. Of course, this is just tarot for fun and entertainment. All my opinion, all speculation. Just read the energy around these stories, like this Rob Shuter article and Substack. And of course, disclaimer in the box below. Let's get to it, see what's going on. And how bad is it? How worried is she? Maybe not. Where's all the money gone? Harry's money, Netflix's money. Those unpaid vendors, allegedly, the future, her name, her reputation, the big backer she's looking for. Four of Cups. Four of Cups is the apathy card. That there's not an appetite for whatever is being offered. That's quite literally what the Four of Cups means, as you can see from the Housewives Tarot. Not really that interested, and that could be the billionaire backers that Meghan is hoping desperately are going to rescue her. It could be the public that's not buying what she has to sell or what she's offering, all of that. But it's just a kind of a meh energy. It could be her own apathy, lethargy, laziness. There's a lot of laziness in the Four of Cups. Can't be bothered. As this article says, she blew the budget, millions on PR, didn't bother to secure the actual products, which is quite shocking really, but maybe not given Meghan's penchant for PR. So, situation we are dealing with, the Nine of Wands. It's an embattled energy. The Nine of Wands, that is interesting. She's climbing up that ladder, but she's ready for a tumble off that ladder in this particular tarot. The Nine of Wands is normally kind of ring fencing energy. Got your guard up. Very damaged, the damaged brand, making its heroic last stand. So there we are, but no one can care because we've got the Four of Cups as the underlying energy. Will anyone hate watch that next season of With Love Meghan? I don't really think so. So that's it. Poised, hurtling towards disaster. As I say, heroic last stand. Where is it financially, this brand? Is it as bad as we are being told? Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a happy party, hang out with friends and celebrate energy. So it's not giving me disaster. But it is telling me that maybe there is some comfort being taken in drink or substances, possibly drowning sorrows as the brand sinks. There is that. Possibly, but it's also surrounded by friends, and the friends would be softening the blow, protecting her from the worst of it, possibly. She doesn't seem to have much grasp of reality. That much she and Harry do seem to have in common. And that Three of Cups tells me that there are people who might be, first of all, protecting her from the worst of the news, but also protecting the brand. Ted Sarandos springs to mind. She's got friends in high places. That is for sure with that Three of Cups. So how worried is she, if at all? Maybe she thinks she's fine. Oh yeah, she's terrified. Okay, so there is some awareness of how bad this is. Allegedly, the World card is success. In reverse, failure. Very public failure as well. Because it is the whole world watching as you sink like a stone, and it's just not achieving goals, not finishing what you started. Basically, that's the world in reverse. Great fanfare when it was launched, when she wrote 2025 in the sand. Well, she wrote it a few times before she perfected the lettering or the numbers, and well, we're over halfway through the year now, almost 2/3 of the way through the year, in fact, and we can all see what a big giant flop not only the brand has been, but also the Netflix series. So, money. Harry's money, first of all. How much has gone into it, and what's the situation there? And we got the Five of Pentacles. He's blown the household budget on this. Five of Pentacles is financial loss, very serious loss. It's the poverty card. It's in reverse. It tells me that it's very bad. He might really have overextended himself. Or, and I'm just going to say this because it's a little thought that's come into my mind, a little bit of wild speculation. She might have blown the household budget without him being aware of what's going on. We have been told from Mr. Allegedly Neil Sean that Meghan controls the purse strings. Meghan and possibly Doria also control the purse strings. Harry doesn't know anything about money, doesn't understand money, doesn't want to know anything about money. This is a very worrying card. If you're the has-been and you've already clocked up massive legal costs with all your flawed lawsuits, and you've got an even bigger threat of legal costs heading your way with the litigation that's ongoing with the Associated News, I think it is. That's the Mail, Daily Mail, or the Mail on Sunday, whichever one. And then you discover that your little darling wife has spent every last penny on her failed lifestyle brand. Ooh, oops. Scramble to get back in with the royal family, don't you think? That's a very harsh card. I'm getting extra harsh in the fact that it's in reverse. I'm also getting that maybe it's gone on without his knowledge, and I'm just speculating about that. So how about Netflix? How much money has Netflix sunk into this thing, or are they willing to sink in? What's going on with them? The Hermit is I'm getting with that card. Interestingly, I'm not getting, I am getting Harry, but I'm getting Harry tangentially. That is his major arcana. I'm getting, you're on your own, mate, when it comes to Meghan. We're not putting money into this. You are on your own, because that is what the Hermit is. And it's a very female-looking hermit, surprisingly. Normally a male sort of monk-like figure, or a sage, or someone like that. That's off on his own little adventure, having a big think in the wilderness. You're on your own, or a bit of a subplot there. You're on your own, but you've got Harry's money you can blow through. That's where he comes into his own energy here in the Hermit. And she has, according to the cards, and of course, just allegedly. So let's have a look at these poor vendors, because of course, the casualties in these kinds of situations are always the small businesses, the people who thought, oh, I'm gonna strike gold now. I've got Meghan Markle, and I'm printing, I don't know what, I can't think of what's been printed, but dog balls. And then, no, sorry, we haven't got money, we can't pay you, you've produced X number, and no, we don't want them anymore, that kind of thing. Those kinds of people. Are there millions of, well, not millions, but unpaid vendors who are casualties of this whole frolic of Meghan's? Yes. Three of Pentacles, allegedly. In reverse, this is the team. This is, oh, sorry, that didn't work, and we don't want you anymore. It's coming across as that. It's a money card, of course, Three of Pentacles. So maybe we don't have money to pay people who are on board with this whole endeavor, and it all started out so friendly and so lovely, and joint effort, teamwork, all that stuff. But now, oops, we don't have any money, can't pay you, and you're on your own, she's on her own, they're on their own. It's giving me uncomfortable feeling, and I do read energy here, so I'm going to say, in my opinion, there is some level of hardship being experienced by people who thought probably that this was their big break. Are there lawsuits? Has it gone that far? Or is that an extreme misrepresentation? Six of Cups in reverse, not that I can see. It's more a falling out. The Six of Cups is old friends. Oh, and I'm getting this because she does play people like that. This is my opinion, my scenario, my speculation of how this all went down. Such friends, we saw that with the coffee people, we saw it with Jamie, whatever name, and all the others. Friends. She's very good at reeling people in, love bombing them, being the best as possible friend. And these small brands, I think they're small, probably thought, as I say, lucky break, and then, oh no, she disappears, you never hear from her again, or the checks bounce, or whatever happens. I'm speculating, of course. It's more an emotional letdown. It's more, can't believe this happened. I thought we were such good friends. It all started off so well, because the Six of Cups is about the past and getting on fantastically in the past. There was so much to celebrate, and we all drank all that rosé to celebrate, and then, oops. I'm not getting legal cards here. Not to say that they aren't thinking about it, or that they aren't threatening or anything like that, but it's not the main energy that's coming through. The main energy that's coming through is this kind of abandonment energy, betrayal, upset, falling out. That, and of course that's where those things start. Those kinds of people possibly don't have the money to pursue the matter legally. And Meghan could be relying on that fact. Who knows? That is speculation, of course. How about her reputation, her name, which was once her biggest asset, now her biggest liability? How's she viewed out there in the business world? Those people, venture capitalists, those kinds of people. What do people think of her? Temperance, she's still managing to come across as that dear sweet thing, that very fake persona, in my opinion, that she presents, this angelic persona. We see it, and then you see the mask slip, and you see the real person coming through, or if not real, sort of hollow person, and nobody behind the mask. But I think that people are still, the people who are still being courted, shall we say, are still quite enchanted and think that she's just lovely, and she's trying her best, and she's this dear sweet thing, because that's the persona that she's cultivated from little. We've seen having the tantrums with Daddy on those home videos when she sort of snarks and sneers and rolls her eyes and steals the tiara and takes over the birthday party. We've seen all of that. But for the most part, it's this, aren't I just the dearest thing? So I I think that this is sensationalist, this Substack article. I think things are bad, but I don't see lawsuits, and I don't see that her name is now trash amongst the kinds of people that, as I say, she's cultivating or courting. I'm not getting that. I don't think she's there yet. I guess we're all sticking around to see if and when she gets there, what happens. So how's it going to go? Is she going to be rescued? There's the Three of Cups, there's the Temperance card, or is she going to be allowed to sink without a trace, or this brand anyway? What's going to happen? Page of Swords. It's not sinking energy, it's not rescue energy either. It's scrambling. It's scrambling to send out messaging to clap back. That we're in the clapback phase of the whole situation. This is sending the flying monkeys out with Page of Swords. Pages are communications. Page of Swords is a little research person, curious, wants to know things, but also wants to control the narrative, wants to make sure people aren't saying nasty things on Substack about. It could be even that this kind of narrative was put out there, I'm just speculating, so that it can then be denied, and see, you know, what I'm up against. I'm up against these naysayers, and I'm just doing my angelic best over here with the Temperance card. As the said, blew millions on PR without actually securing the supply chains. There is this hint with this Page of Swords that a lot of effort is going into controlling the narrative. We know she loves to do that, clapping back, getting out there on social media and undermining anyone who says that she is in trouble. I'm getting distinct trouble, indifference, apathy, boredom, Five of Cups, Nine of Wands, embattled energy, a heroic last stand. And she knows the World in Reverse is a massive card. I've kind of forgotten that it's there, but it is massive. She knows that it's a huge flop, but she's protected. The Three of Cups, the Temperance energy. The interesting thing in this is not the unpaid vendors, the poor unpaid vendors there. The interesting thing is Harry. And Harry's money that looks like it's been squandered. Possibly, I'm speculating, without his full knowledge and understanding and appreciation of what was really going on. And it looks like Netflix has washed their hands of her financially anyway and said, you're on your own, you sink on your own, you swim on your own, and if you need a bailout, well, your husband, he's the one to look to, the hermit, not us. And that could spell disaster, but further down the line. This tells me okay for now, but possibly a bit of a glug noise in the background, you know, maybe has just run into the iceberg, but no one quite realizes the damage that has been done. That's how it's reading for me anyway. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.